the hadith regarding how when the hellfire exhales or inhales, right?
That's what you're going for?
Yes, that's what I'm going for.
Come on, man.
Right?
I was going to skip that part.
Right, and so like that's why the summer is hot and the winter is cold. But like, how do you the logical mind and the scientific mind will be like,
let me address that.
Will be like, hey, you know what? When it's winter in the north, it's summer in the south, and at the same time, it's like, it's also flipped, and our world is not the only world that experiences summer and winter. There's all the other planets, and so like.
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Okay. This is why I mentioned that part of the hellfire is extreme cold, right? Zamhariro. So it could be that parts of the hellfire that are breathing out or breathing in, depending on that time of the year, are affecting the world in a different way, right? So when the world is at a specific place and the hellfire is breathing out, because the hadith says exhales twice, right? So it's breathing out twice, one time in the summer, one time in the winter. For those who are in places in which in the summer it's hot, that's one of the two times that the hellfire is breathing out. And as for those who are experiencing the cold and later on the heat at the opposite time, that's when the hellfire is breathing out the opposite time.
So then logically, are you saying that the hellfire is breathing out cold and hot at the same time?
No, I'm saying that one possibility is that the hellfire can also breathe out cold air.
Okay.
But according to the hadith that we have, the Prophet ﷺ said it's exhaling twice.
Okay.
And that was so that it wouldn't overheat because it was consuming itself. And those two times that it's exhaling, one's in the winter and one's in the summer.
The other question comes up, is it appropriate for even to be like, okay, this is what the Prophet ﷺ said, okay? But if you apply the ability to observe things, then it just doesn't make sense.
There's no way to know. But that's the same thing as saying what? So this is a big thing in religion and science, right?
Yeah.
The idea that for Muslims, we believe, and Christians, many of them believe this too, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the physical laws of this world.
Yeah.
Right? We can observe the physical laws. That's what we observe. That's all we're observing.
Yeah.
We cannot see certain things that we're not given access to seeing or we cannot discover at this time. Amongst them is the hellfire. Yeah. So we can't see the link between hellfire and this world. This is why I started it off by saying, well, this is one of those things where your iman bil ghaib comes in, because you know that the Prophet ﷺ is a prophet, you know the Quran is true, you know you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, therefore because it is authentic and true, you might not know scientifically, which is a very limited tool, how hellfire is going to affect this world.
So it's unfair and inappropriate to say that somebody might claim that is a scientifically incorrect and it's a mistake.
They can't say that.
They can't say that because of the fact that although from a spiritual and knowledge of the unseen factor, there is a link.
There is a link.
But we just don't know how that link actually
So the scientist
is observed,
who is secular can say we cannot test it scientifically.
Okay.
So we can't know scientifically.
Okay.
We can see the effect on this world, but we can't know scientifically and from a material secular perspective. We can't test the hellfire's breathing out twice and affecting this world. It's just one of those things we believe in because of the source text.
Okay.
So philosophically, rationally, we're justified. Scientifically, there's nothing to test.
Okay.
Because there are physical laws that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created that affect this world in different ways, including our weather and our climate. How hellfire plays into that, we don't know.